Residents, go in and stay in your houses. Drive the rats in the tank area.
Hell fucking yeah!
Yes.
Can I get an extra yeah? To quote Zach Lyle.
We can't hear Hoof Beast.
No! Get
He
back
broke
here!
it.
You know, it's the first fucking tracks for the damned. And we've already had a technical difficulty.
Every fucking time that happens.
Golf clap of doom.
Every time.
I'm gonna blame goddamn iPhone. I think that
The iPhone gets the kick in the ass today. But
Hey,
yep,
what's up, Kyler?
what's happening, my brother? Welcome to the first edition of the 2023 Tracks for the Damn Show. We are back in effect. And
Yes.
we got a great show for you tonight as we're talking about our top 5 picks of women in metal, which spans about 40 years, I would say, in some cases. So before we get into that, I just want to say I'm so fucking excited that the underground bands have a shit ton of releases this year. We got Human Hoof Beast album coming up. We got Iron Serpent's album coming up. And I just got word today that the Doomsday Rejects have a new album coming out this year also. And let's not forget Rid Them All, Poopin' God as well. So, I mean, there's just new albums dropping all over the fucking place.
You know what, Kyler? I hate to say it, but that is true.
You know, we're professionals, but we can also professional suck once in a while. Sometimes it's out of our hands. We just roll with the punches. So before we get into the descent of madness, let's go ahead and take this first commercial break to show you Three Witches' new merch line 2023, bitches. Check it out. From the crematorium to the riddle of sound, made of thoughts, with the layers soft and barren. Now there is no heart in silence. Someone needs to fire up the rusting dawn. That's right. If you love what we do, and of course you do because you've been coming back ever since January 1st hit. So if you would like to help support us and help us continue what we're doing, show us your love by buying one of these groovy shirts. And yes, if you were watching the shred on Thursday, you have now know that this is the season of the bitch.
Yeah. So that was the design you just saw on that hat, and we also have it on shirts and hoodies. So
That's right, because does the bitching stop just because you do a New Year's resolution? Bullshit. We all know you can't hide from us.
No.
So I see that Kyler said, by the way, he went and saw Megan, and it's not as bad as he thought it was going to be.
Okay.
At some point, we'll have to get your perspective on that film. And hopefully it didn't try to mirror or rip off Child's Play too much. So, and in honor of all the vampire movies, I had to wear my classic Christopher Lee shirt for tonight. I don't know why. I just felt it. Here we go. Top 5. Oh, can't wait for your album, Hoof Beast, and apparently Iron Serpent. So we already got a
Oh, yeah,
fan
got
ready to go. We appreciate that shit. Top 5 female metal artists.
Well, I'll be nice to on the bottom of my list today.
And Hoof Beast is winding up.
Well, you know, I gotta mention my girl Amy Lee.
You
Like
know,
her or
I
not,
mean,
she's had a long career. She's still
For sure.
kicking ass, putting out new shit, and I absolutely love her.
Kicking ass.
Yes,
more
sir.
so now with the band she's got.
Yeah, her band now is even better than they used to be, for sure.
She hired some pretty hardcore metal musicians
Yes, she did.
as her backup band. Things are way crunchier, way heavier, and addition of double bass drumming.
Yes.
Right. Maybe I will have to give it a chance. Now, can you confirm that she has
Or
at least 50% less whining in her lyric? Right? And
Yeah, she's a lot more like bad bitch than whiny bitch these days.
okay, so I'll give her
Well, you know,
that can be better, but as long as we admit that her first claim to fame was extremely whiny.
I'll agree with that. It didn't bother me, but I'll agree with it.
well, this is something that I've learned
Mm.
on all my years of the business. When it comes to new artists, especially when they're super young, their first efforts are more personal, and it's usually about past experiences. So I think when it came to what should I write about, you know, she must have went inward and out came the woe is me stuff.
Right.
But it was also kind of cool at the same time because it had the goth aesthetic. Obviously, as a singer, she's very good. She had the wrong fucking band.
I agree.
I really think if 2019 and 2000 flipped, she would have appealed to the more aggressive metal fans instead of being a little bit more on the alternative rockish tip.
Bestie, I see you.
Stephanie!
My biggest complaint, though, is just like there's not enough fucking cheese in the world to go with her wine. Every fucking song that I've ever heard.
It seems like as she's gotten older, she's not really talking about that woe is me so much anymore.
No, not as much.
Like,
no.
look at me now. I am fully grown. And to let you know there, John, I ain't talking about Taylor, bitch. I mean Swift. So just so you know, I don't know how you go from country to hoe in like 2.5 seconds, but I don't know. She managed to do it, so let her have her day because she's got millions of dollars and I don't. So I got to respect that, but I would never flip the whole fucking screen to make that money. I would have stuck to my country roots if that was me. Kyler says, no, Stephanie, we were not talking about Taylor. Bitch, I mean, slut. I mean, Swift.
No, we're talking about Amy Lee, but for some reason, John thought we were talking about.
Yeah, because we were actually talking about Amy Lee, and well, you know, it was still pretty good. Hey, we got a laugh face out of it, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man. We'll see if some of our lists match up with some of the ones you're thinking of there.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I got to go with the original German queen from the 80s who fronted the mega band known as Warlock in the early to mid 80s. Warlock showed up and it was like just Doro Pesh and no Warlock in the photos. So you're like, well, where's everybody else? You know? And of course, she was very striking. She had that classic, blonde hair, full of leather from head to toe, true fucking German, fashion, and cleavage and all that stuff. So it's really kind of true to see just how marketing was for women in metal back in the 80s. Not so much today. Everyone's doing their own thing, but back then that's what was selling them. Lita Ford. Anyhow, the thing about Doro Pesch, though, is that she was a powerhouse and still fucking is a powerhouse singer. Like I said, she did about 4 records with Warlock and then embarked on what has turned into a 30-plus year solo career. And this will get you. She is a megastar in Europe. She does not come over here. So she has maintained that career after crossing over. You got to see her in like Hit Parader and magazine and stuff like that. I don't think she liked America much, or just this half of the rock. I don't know, but she's managed to keep it going. Right now she's on tour and she's fucking in her 50s.
Yeah.
And she hasn't aged a bit.
Wow.
She's on my vampire list, just to let you know. So if you guys haven't heard Doro Pesch or when she was with Warlock, I highly recommend checking that out.
I remember seeing her in magazines, Hit Parader, Circus magazine in the 80s, and
I mean, that's how I learned about her.
They weren't just pushing her as sexy, like they made her a bit dark as well.
They did.
And me like
definitely wasn't the party girl that Lita Ford portrayed.
Yeah.
How many husbands can I count on 2 hands, But yep, that's my first pick.
All
right. Well, we are actually I'm going to start off with some extreme fucking metal for everyone.
Okay.
And I actually met this young lady.
Nice.
Back in 2012 on the Summer Slaughter tour in Phoenix, Arizona, or I think it was actually in Tempe, where the venue was in Tempe.
Gotcha.
And they were one of the first. After their set, she came to the back and she was all by herself, not hanging out with a band. And I thought, pretty weird. She's like 18 or 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
But her fucking death metal vocals are like, you wouldn't say she's a woman at all.
Oh, there's a couple of them.
And she put out she is fucking elite. She's probably the best of them out there, as far as extreme metal goes that I've heard. She put out a really good video just in the last, I think about a year and a half ago.
Oh, no shit.
And she actually talks you through her career, her 10-year career, because I think right now she's 29 years old. And she talks through her career and how her voice developed and how she developed the little muscles that are down there that you must develop for it. She is a fucking monster with her voice. And to meet her, she was so shy and timid and sweet, unassuming, no makeup, no frill, no fanciness, just straight fucking metal. She goes by the name Psalm, and her name is, I have to read it. She's from Denmark, and her name is Simone Plumers, something like that. I'm sorry.
She sounds so familiar.
And her band was Cerebral Bore. So Cerebral Bore is out of Scotland, but they needed a vocalist, and they found her because she entered the Danish like championship of death metal vocals. She entered.
Ooh, no shit.
When she was like 17. 2 years later, they recorded the album and they went on tour. Well, it turned in some interviews with her, she was being bullied by one of the guitarists all of the time. And so she fucking cut out one day, 24 hours before they started their tour and fucked them over.
What a way to stick it to those assholes.
So what does she contribute to metal? She sounds like a man who's been doing it and developing his vocal craft.
Mm.
The lower gutturals are much higher than the black metal ones that I do. Those are, to me, those are very easy, and they're both hard. They're both hard on your vocal cords,
Mm.
vocal folds, if you do it correctly. But it's hard to project with the lower growls, and she talks you through how to do it. So that influence is going to help out some, not just women, but men who are trying to learn how to do the death metal vocals. And I was just blown away by her. I bought the album before the show, and so I was already familiar with it because I knew these bands were coming up. You know, you can check even back then on YouTube and on Amazon. And so I did so and bought it. Great, humble young lady. But her contribution is going to extend. It was really hard to find out where she is right now, like with what band. She's been with a couple of them. One, South Carolina, shockingly.
Night, Stephanie.
Night, Steph. We love you.
But anyways, Psalm, she goes by Psalm, and she was with Cerebral Bore. Check out that album, about 2011 or 2012. The album is amazing. She's really dynamic with the vocals, really tough.
Well, I'm sure without her at the helm, they truly are a cerebral bore. Cheesy, I don't give a fuck. But for real, you lose a talent like that, the ship goes down.
And her big inspiration was one of the ladies that I'm going to bring up later.
Nice.
All right.
And to me, she's outdone her, and her inspiration is amazing. And this young lady has outdone her idol.
Right on.
All right. My number 4, I am going with Maria Brink from In This Moment.
Yeah, I figured she was going to pop up.
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt about that. Hey, you bored?
I can't do Hot Topic metal.
I get it.
I went and saw them. They were with one of these big summer shows years ago, and I couldn't do it. I bought the album. I returned the album.
Wow.
My CD goes back to the store. I don't want this.
Wow.
It was just
what kind of shit did you sell?
Too commercial to me.
That's kind of the problem.
They were trying to show off her tits too much in all the photo shoots. She is cool, but gotta be more than that.
I thought she had one hell of a stage presence. The whole show was very elaborate, and I don't know, I enjoy it.
Well, the band is very good. The only thing I would say is their drummer is held back.
I'll agree with that for sure.
That guy's got some serious fucking talent because, I check out a lot of drummer videos, and I forget when I had seen it, but there was a kind of a clip of him just like rocking the fuck out. And I'm just like, they could be so much heavier if they let him open up just a little bit more. I mean, the guitars are crunchy. The solos are good. The only problem, and I hope I don't get hate from this, but she is trying to sound a little too much like a female Jonathan Davis. That is kind of what I get from her. It's not lyrical content. It's not delivery. It's style. So hopefully in the albums to come, because, obviously I'll probably check out some more of it. Maybe she goes a little bit different, kind of like really finds her own style a little bit.
I think the album that I'm familiar with, like I tried one, and I think it came out in 2008.
It's like a food item, I tried it.
I was expecting an album that was maybe in the vein of Arch Enemy and like real, like,
oh, that's hard to do.
Extreme metal. And when I listened to this, I was just like, okay, it's maybe half a notch above Evanescence, but too commercial,
Oh my
too
damn.
commercially overproduced, and I thought it was a bit gimmicky. Like I thought she was a bit of a gimmick, and maybe she's improved because they're obviously still going. But
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely catching on. There's a
Yeah.
very strong occult pagan kind of thing going on there.
I just
And
wish you walked the walk, but that's beside the point.
wait, one more time.
So I wish you actually walked the walk, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, and that's probably some of what a lot of us, kind of feel. Like when I found out that Slayer wasn't a bunch of Satanists, I was like, "You guys are ridiculous. You're Catholic." When Tom Araya had that ever so famous, fucking interview where he's like, we just wrote whatever all the kids would like, and sure as shit, they bought it. I was like, fuck you, Tom. Fuck you and the not goat that you wrote in on. But, yeah. And I think that it was probably record company created because of the success of Ghost.
John, that would be absolutely epic.
Oh my goodness. That would be that would be interesting. You don't want to see that. I guarantee it. But yeah, I think really that was the thing. Ghost and their elaborate show, although that man lives every inch of everything that guy fucking says.
Oh, yeah.
The stage shows have been gripping people, and it's kind of gotten crowds interested in the big show again.
Yes.
For so many years, it's all just kind of been about, here's the band, they're in jeans and a t-shirt, their hair's down.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you get. But now things are kind of changing. Behemoth is a big part of that too.
Yes, I agree.
Because they have some elaborate setups too.
I just kick myself. If I could go a month and a half back, I would have gone and seen Merciful Fate. I would have made the drive and the effort and found the money to go. I really wish I could have seen Merciful Fate.
I do too. And shame on them for announcing it a month before.
Yeah.
If I could have prepared, God damn it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another shot down the road.
Hopefully King Diamond will come back with that new album.
Yeah, that double record's supposed to hit this year.
Yeah, that's
Keep
one
your
of
promises, King.
That's in my top 5 most anticipated albums is King Diamond.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big one and a great story. Next for me, I'm kind of like starting old and then coming up probably a little bit more current. I got to go with Otep Shamaya. She is the lead vocalist for the band Otep at a time where Jonathan Davis and the Boys started getting very popular. Limp Bizkit was out, and a lot of these other new metal bands. Otep was the female, really kind of first time we got to see something on a grander scale of a woman vocalist that literally could sound like a man. Her screams were so on point that it got them onto the Ozfest tour. And let me tell you, that was the heyday that when you were a new metal band, not literally saying new metal, but just fresh, somebody new. If you got yourself on the main stage, you suddenly have a following if you didn't already. And it really catapulted their career, and they are still going today. So we're talking like 23 years now. That's pretty good for a band that started back then, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And her voice has never sounded better. And her ability to grip the crowd. That's one of the things that really kind of sucked me in, is that she was able to pump up a crowd that was mostly made of dudes. At that time in 2000, that is
Mhm.
a feat of strength, people. Because at that time, it was mostly long-haired guys, that were really into metal at the time. Women were kind of like more into like Korn and those people, and of course Limp Bizkit, since they had the hip hop element. But this was different, and it really has stood the test of time. Commercially, not really pushed. You know how it goes in the business today. They are nothing but pushing as many subcategories, whatever the latest trend is. But they've been playing and they've been touring nationally. So if you get a chance to check them out, please do.
Right on. I remember listening to one of their albums, and I liked what I heard, and just didn't like it enough to buy it. But I was expecting more lower register growls and stuff like that. And the album, this would have been 10 years ago. Didn't hear that, so I just didn't buy that. But I could respect that. It was more like a type of metal that I had a little bit more to chew on.
Live, I will say this, she actually pumped out more gutturals than she does on the record. Because at one point they were in between songs and she goes, "Oh, you like that?" Oh, and just fucking everybody was like, "Oh, this bitch is on one." It was impressive. So I don't know. I haven't been able to catch up totally with all of the catalog, but I'm sure it has changed over time. more like Zakk Wylde before going into a Black Label Society song. Fuck Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit suck our motherfucking dick.
Yes.
You can go on YouTube and see it. It's fucking hilarious. And he was pissed. And he play a little bit. The band would, rip into something like Ace of Spades or whatever. Stop and say it. Limp Bizkit still sucks our motherfucking dick. Oh, it was epic.
That's funny.
All right. OTEP.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My next one, it's a band out of Savannah, Georgia. So just a couple hours from here. And influenced and kind of a part of like Southern sludge metal.
Ooh.
And then also influenced a bit by Mastodon, who are now
cool.
Out of Atlanta for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
This woman, she's telling, and a lot of her singing is a bit droning. They have two drummers in the band as well, two drum kits, which just like the Grateful Why? Because they both played the same thing the whole time. It's not like they were filling other bits of space in their songs. It's just two drum kits. Kind of like I find that very gimmicky. That's
kind of like the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And anyways, the band is Kylesa. If you haven't heard of Kylesa, they put out a bunch of really solid albums. I saw them when they opened up for Mastodon on the Crack the Sky tour. What was that? 2009, I'd say.
Somewhere around there.
Plays a Gibson Les Paul, plays guitar, and fucking sings at the same time. Lower tuned, kind of.
We all know that takes talent.
Kind of doom. Like she's great. Haven't heard too much of them lately. I actually don't think their stuff is like absolute, like all their albums are like absolutely as strong as some of the other similar stuff out of the genre, but she's great. When I saw her, she played really well. Her vocals were great. She was on point. She's the leader of the band. Not a whole lot of personality, stage presence, the songs, but they were just kind of hit you over. Here we go. I'm going to run you over with our metal. Good. So her name is Laura Pleasance. I don't know if it's Laura Pleasance or Laura Pleasance, but good stuff.
All right, Kyler. Thanks for joining, man. We'll see.
All right, good night, Kyler. Oh, and hey, Kyler, here's a little gift for you to haunt your dreams tonight. Here you go.
Beware of the sad nipple.
Hey, maybe one day we need to do the most cringy album covers or the top 10
Ooh,
album covers or something like that.
Oh, we can do that. We
I
can do
like
that
that
shit
idea.
all day long.
Yeah.
ooh, yeah.
Oh, that one.
Mhm.
And
That sounds like next week to me.
Mhm.
it's okay for us to all vote on the same album.
Oh, for sure.
Not yet.
All right, moving on. This is what, number 3.
All right, I got the hatchet ready.
Hatchet.
Dismemberment, you say?
All right. My next one. I doubt you've heard of this one, Hoofed Beast. Maybe that's a step in the right direction.
Oh, maybe. Let's see.
Her name is Zora Cox. She's from the band Blackbriar.
No, I haven't.
Why do I know that name?
Does Kelsey like them?
Okay, Deadly Nightshade. That's how I know it. It's on
Yeah.
my shop playlist, actually.
They're
Very power metal.
very power metal. Power metal with like some gothy type elements to it and the theme and stuff.
A little bit. Hell of a melodicist.
Oh, absolutely. Her voice is gorgeous. And the first time I heard anything by her, I'm like, God damn, you got a high voice.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
she's
just
got
like
a good
almost
range,
like
though.
she does. It's very good range. It's almost like creepy sometimes. Just the sound of her voice is like, holy shit.
Very classically trained, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
So, if you like good fucking power metal, because let me tell you, the band is on point. It's not like she's really carrying them so much as they are working together, and that really
sure.
makes for a really good power metal band. That's a genre you don't want to fuck up.
No, definitely not.
Fans are very particular about their power metal, so yeah, good pick, I think. And if you haven't heard it there, Hoof Beast, check it out. It's not bad.
Yeah, I just struggle with power metal.
Fair.
Yeah,
It's a hard genre.
Yeah, for me. Even Blind Guardian, like I can do Blind Guardian, but at times, like I can only do it every now and then.
Mhm.
I think it was the same with Maiden, though, too, at certain times.
Yeah.
At least for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it, but not something I could do a 24-hour stint with.
Like Maiden versus, like, let's say Halloween coming up. Like Halloween, I can't really do Halloween. Maiden is just a bit more nasty and more artistic.
True. I mean, the backup band really does add a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, with this particular band that he chose, they got some good stuff going on. It should be interesting to see what comes next.
Yeah,
for them. So, killer. So we started to touch upon Doom Sludge there a bit. How the fuck could we not talk about this one? Elizabeth Buckingham, the leader of Electric fucking Wizard since 1993. Holy shit. Totally revered in the Doom genre as one of the greats of all time. And I have to agree. The fuzz hasn't been fuzzier, and her voice is truly hypnotic. So if you are a fan of good Doom, kind of sort of bordering on a little bit of stoner Doom, this is the band for you. You can either chill to it or you can fucking rock out to it too. Her voice is just mesmerizing. That's really all I can say about it.
Isn't the album that came out in like 2010 by them, isn't she nude in that one? And she's pretty damn hot.
Again, an Easter egg from Human the Hoofed Beast. Most of the music I have gotten over the 2000s has all been through let's say Spotify, YouTube, or what have you. So I know it's kind of taken the pleasure out of actually buying a physical CD, but then again, very few stores exist where you can literally buy them anymore unless you buy them direct from the band or their website. So I don't know. When I caught on to them, it was really mostly, just online. But I fucking love it. And, they were always on any of my like stoner-esque doomy mix CDs that I used to make. I don't know if anybody even fucking does that anymore. But I used to love to do it. And definitely, I mean, they're dark and, everything you would expect a cult like. So good stuff.
I would also maybe say the king of like really dirty, filthy sludge as well.
Yeah,
anybody
I agree with that.
Heard them before, they need to be ready for that, because the first time I heard them, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Because
like I said, they were fuzzalicious.
Yeah, you have to listen a little bit hard for the riffs and the chain like that, because it's really fucking dirty.
And I mean, that's what made bands like Crowbar great. The most of those New Orleans bands, they were all fucking just dirty. And I mean, it inspired fucking just about everybody in Sweden, although they're actually a British band. But that sound was just, I mean, Tony Iommi really put together a mold that when this music came back into true fashion, because let's face it, doom, sludge, stoner has only been super fucking popular in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yes, true.
Which is crazy, because this shit has been coming out forever. And it's like all these motherfuckers are now jumping on the bandwagon, all because Tony Iommi said, I'm done. I'm just going to appear on my own shit. So it's like, no more Sabbath. Better check them all out. And everyone tries, let's face it, everyone tries to sound like it. They go out, they buy orange amplifiers. And of course the Gibson SGs and all that shit, and fuzz the fuck out of it. It's like the more muffled, the better. That's what it seems like.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, it's already been done, folks, and you can't beat them.
But if you think that Electric Wizard's going to sound like Sabbath, you need to warn them, because there's like,
it's not that Sabbathy.
There's 15 more layers of dirty filth.
It's like they tracked 16 fucking guitar tracks on one track.
Well, that's a good choice. But if you ever can get like a vinyl of Electric Wizard, would be really good, because they got some pretty me likey pictures in.
What is next from Human the Hoofed Beast Skin Corner?
We are going to go to a legit black metal artist.
Okay.
She plays fucking guitar. He plays black metal, tremolo picking, and does vocals at the same fucking time.
Holy shit.
She started off as a solo artist, and now she's got a band just like what I'm doing.
Nice.
And because I want to go play fucking live so bad.
I'm in. I miss the stage so bad I fucking taste it. Yeah. All the burnt cigarettes and wood dust and pick dust and stick dust.
I haven't played live. I haven't played a gig since 2012.
Woo!
Oh,
that's rough.
Am I like when I
feel that on a cellular level.
When I went overseas for 9 years, I fucking missed out on a lot of things.
I feel it.
So, anyways, this young lady, and she is fairly young, does a great job. Her hair is down to her waist, or her maybe halfway down her ass. She gets enveloped in her hair when she's playing.
It doesn't get wrapped around the guitar.
She's great. Great musician.
Nice.
Pulling off some difficult shit. Anytime you play guitar and do vocals at the same time for a whole fucking set, that is really remarkable. She does it. Anyways, her name is Marlise. She goes by Mars Reisterer. And I'm sorry, I know I messed up her name. But
some of them are hard to get, brother.
She's with the band Holder. And now I will say
I may have heard it.
You're not going to hear anything brand new. She could be accused of producing black metal, although decent black metal, but it's like all the other fucking bands. She's really not bringing any to it, but she does a good job, just as good as any of the men that have been doing this for the last 30 years.
I don't see why that would be such a black eye if that's the music that you love, especially, that particular type, because, we've discussed before, there's different waves of black metal. So if she chose the one that she dug the most, and that's exactly what it sounds like, I don't know. I would think that any fan of black metal would be like, this shit rocks, instead of, oh, she's just, ripping off everybody else. I don't understand that. It's the only thing about black metal I don't get. They are not unified people.
I would just say like
so picky.
What I'm trying to say is like you don't really hear anything new. Like it's now if you listen to Death
Never mind. End rant.
Death Omega, now that's fucking different black metal. When Satyricon went from their kind of classic second wave of black metal into black and roll, and they still do touch into, they pick up the pace at time. I fucking, it's really well done. It's something new. It's something fresh. But black metal, kind of like a lot of the bands, they sound really similar.
It's all in the songwriting, in my opinion. It really is. I mean, if you're just listening to 4 fucking minutes of a continuous blast beat, I'm gonna get fucking bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you another genre that does the same fucking thing to me. I didn't realize I had this band on the shop playlist. It was a Demented Crimis song, and I didn't realize though that they were grindcore. When I start hearing the piggy squeal for like 60 seconds or more, I am out.
Yeah.
I just can't take it, man. I love the musicianship, but them fucking vocals can go to fucking hell and stick one in their fucking ass.
Agreed.
I can't do it.
Stick it in their ass sideways?
Exactly. Yeah. And twice on Sunday. I don't know, man. I just can't do it. I don't know how people love that shit.
Me neither.
I don't.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. I can take some Exhumed and maybe Murder Construct, which is Travis Ryan's band At a Cattle Decapitation, and I can take it some, but yeah, it's
but continuous for even an hour would be like torture.
Like to the metal and never putting foot on the brake and kind of or taking a turn somewhere else. It's just like
there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
And who doesn't love a monstrous fucking breakdown?
Right.
Yes.
There's always room for that. Yeah. Awesome, though. I'm gonna have to check this artist out.
Holder.
Definitely gonna check that out.
He's pretty good.
All right, my next one. I am going with the front woman Simone Simons from Epica.
Okay.
From who?
Epica.
Okay. Yep. She's good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad I found one you don't hate.
He's really good. well done. I like their
thank you. I also love how much heavier their stuff has gotten, like more lately than it used to be. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's very symphonic, and now it's definitely heavier than it used to be. but I just love that shit. They're a great band.
Out of the Netherlands, right?
Let me double check. I think so. Yeah, Dutch. So yes.
Yep.
That
Yep.
confuses me.
Yeah. I just got into them while I was writing my first album. They came up and I said, oh, she looks pretty good. Let me listen to it. And then I kind of heard the kind of symphonic kind of power metal. I was like, I don't know about this. But then good songwriting, really good songwriting. I enjoyed that.
If you're just getting into that. What the fuck?
Gotta love them doozies.
If you just recently, anyway, gotten into
only
Africa,
if they drink the Kool-Aid at the end of it.
Oh wait, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Never mind. Scratch that. Anyway, moving on. Reaper, what you got?
Oh goodness. I think I'm gonna stay in the doom genre.
Okay.
I got one more. Some people are hip to this, some people are not. Like I said, Sweden is the place to be. As far as music, extreme black metal, death metal. I mean, everything that comes out of that fucking country is just certifiable gold. And in this case, this band is really, no different. The band is Lucifer. Okay. And the singer is Johanna Sadonis. Don't kill me if I said it wrong. But let's face it, it's just fucking fuzzalicious, dripping with passionate doom. And for all the love of all things Lucifer, where do you go wrong with that? As a vocalist, she is pretty damn amazing. Looks like she just stepped out of 1972. But what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that to me. Her vocals are amazing. Very drony, very spacey, and can really kind of, raise the dead. Recipe for success. Check them the fuck out.
Reaper, is she the one who passed away? There was Doom, and I don't have my computer in front to where I can look it up.
Let me fact check really quickly.
One of them away like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
I don't know, because I could have sworn an album just came out.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was one of them, and you described it really well, and I'm maybe confusing this band with another one.
Let me double check real quick.
Oh,
shit. No. That singer was... Oh, no. I don't think we're talking about the same person.
Okay, maybe not.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope. Nope. She's still alive. Woohoo! So I don't know, but I will definitely look into that though, because I'm always interested in stuff like that, just to, especially bands that have been around for a minute. But Lucifer's a little bit newer.
Okay.
So I'd say last 5 years, maybe 10. Awesome, trippy fucking stuff. I'd say if you were watching a 70s horror flick, especially any of like the witchy or satanic style 70s films, all the good ones with all the sacrifices and rituals.
Yeah.
You definitely could find this as a fucking soundtrack. You would love it.
Sweet.
Right on. Yep, that's one I've heard them. What they were once on some compilation, I think Decibel magazine compilation, and I don't know, maybe Terrorizer magazine compilation. I've heard them.
Yeah, because and if I remember correctly, they did a can't remember which magazine, but they did a the newest or best stuff coming out of Sweden. There was a big Swedish edition of something. I just can't remember which one. And they were on it, and that's how I found out. Yeah. So I'm like looking through the list, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Female fronted doom band? Oh, I got to check it out. because I love it. I love both sides of the coin. I would actually like to see a really good doom occult kind of sludgy fuzz band that has a male and female lead. How cool would that be? Mixed fucking harmonies like the great fucking Alice in Chains of old.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
I wonder
So
if
hopefully I inspired somebody tonight to try to put that together. I think that'd be the shit.
maybe Iron Serpent could put that together.
Well, as a matter of fact, she will be singing some backup vocals.
Oh boy.
So that's already in the works.
All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. My fourth pick is
Thank you, John. John says we're doing a good job.
Thank you, John.
my fourth pick comes out of Phoenix, Arizona, and this is about as underground as you're going to get.
Oh,
But
shit.
for those in the kind of middle to late 80s who were really into underground metal, and even kind of crossover metal, she's Lori Bravo is the lead vocalist and bass player out
Sounds familiar.
of the band Nuclear Death.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And these albums are pretty hard to find. I had it years ago. And then when I found Jesus, fuck me, a long time ago, then I ended up giving away my CDs. I think one of the albums was Carry On for Worm.
Oh.
And, it's so hard to find. The artwork is so freaking dark and creepy, like to a new level. And I would argue that she was the first female to ever try to do death metal vocals.
Nice.
And
I would definitely have to agree with that.
She was trying this out, I think, in 1986 as well, like right around when Chuck Schuldiner was trying to develop those little muscles for himself. Now, when I recorded her albums, the recordings are absolute shit production. And her vocals were not developed enough. So I know she was hurting herself after a while, because I can tell with her delivery being new to vocals that she was harming herself. She was trying too hard and maybe harming her vocal folds. But
I think at that time, probably, no one really knew how.
Oh, no, yeah.
Goldner's voice didn't really develop until he started singing a lot of Judas Priest stuff.
Yes. Yeah, he in the higher range.
Yep.
But it was pretty good with Scream Bloody Gore, really low back then. But anyway,
anyone could have beat out old Tom Araya back then. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he really was death metal.
Scream at the beginning of Angel of Death makes me laugh to this day.
The descent into a burn.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lori Bravo continued with it and continued to put out several albums. I think they put out 6 or 7 albums. That's somebody I'd like to meet. Just like,
hell yeah.
There were no women that I ever saw back then. Underground opening acts that were woman fronted.
And I bet some of the stories that she could tell.
Yeah, I'd love
by like how crowds took to it, reacted to it.
Yeah.
And who knows?
There are videos out there from shows like 1990.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's a couple videos out there, so you can see her playing bass, and she's pretty intense.
Nice.
But you can tell she hadn't developed her craft really, really well, but she was a fucking pioneer for those vocalists. I'm sure that many of these other vocalists would all say the same thing.
Yeah, I honestly have to say, if it's something that the punk genre, Wendy O. Williams and other vocalists like that from the early 80s kind of helped pioneer some of that stuff, because there ain't a punk singer that didn't scream somehow.
Sonic Youth, yep, they did. Yep.
Nice.
All right.
John, you keep saying her name. I have ignored you because she's number 1 on my list, and I don't want you stealing shit off my list.
I think before we get into this, though, let's take a quick commercial.
Right.
What do we have? Do we have the Iron Serpent by chance?
The little teaser? Yep.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Let's go ahead and run that as we have a single coming out towards the end of this month called Aramon.
Oh, I don't have that one.
I know. But this teaser will give you a little bit of an idea
now I got you. Okay.
of how we sound.
Okay.
Check it out. All right, just a little snippet as I can officially induct myself into the Lost Tracks category in metal, just as Danzig before me, because I never thought that these songs would ever see the light of day, and here they are. So we will definitely keep you up to date on when that first single drops on Kingside Records.
Hail to the yes.
Sweet.
All right, so my number 1, I adore her so fucking much, is Miss Raven Black.
All right, there we go. I was hoping that was on your list because I was going to put her down, and I'm like, I'll let Eric take that one.
You knew I would. I fucking love her. I've got posters over there anyway.
She's that
anyway, she
kind
kicks
of a
ass.
pioneer in her own right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She kicks ass. She is creepy. Her shit is amazing, and she's very like engaged with her fans and stuff. She's an awesome person. I just love her to death.
Yeah, I was happy to finally meet her earlier in 2022. Great, awesome person, and the pioneer, and I mean this in every sense. Carnival metal.
Yes.
It is a completely different subgenre. It's like taking a ball of crazy, almost kind of like Skinned. I don't know if you're familiar with Skinned. I'm actually surprised nobody mentioned that one too, which is actually one of my honorable mentions. Very different. It's like so metal, but so like different than anything you've ever heard. It's got elements from certain things, but you can't pinpoint what the hell they are. And that's what I love about it. So definitely a big Raven Black fan.
Yeah, she is, John. Total badass.
That's right, Hoof Beast. You're going to have to get to know her. You'd like it, man. I think you would. I think you would dig it. Very spooky.
All right. I will.
Better than early Manson.
Agreed.
When Manson was Manson and the Spooky Kids.
Yeah.
Because you know how that was a little bit different, a little bit off, a little bit.
Yeah.
Couldn't really figure out what they were. Yeah. It's on that vein, but cooler.
Yes.
Better than Evanescence?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I've now since at 5 and Raven at 1.
I should have said that while you were mid drink.
You got me. All right. Didn't come out the nose this time, so.
Raven.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. All right. I saved her for last. I'm really torn between it. I came to know a new wave of power metal over in Europe with female lead vocalists kind of leading the charge, but this one's different. She's kind of what is known as a co-lead singer, if that makes sense. And it's a man and a female together. So, but that the guy that does the vocals for this band is also their lead guitar player. They have 2 guitars, a bass, drummer, keys, and then her. So it's really a nice big collaborative type of power metal that fucking works. The male lead vocalist, I just can't think of his name right now. I should have wrote that down. He does like a lot of more of the gravelly kind of screamy type stuff, which gives power metal a little bit more of an edge, heavier. You know what I mean? The double bass drums are amazing. But you know, when we think of great power metal, we think of like harmonized solos. It's there, but it's chug-alicious.
Nice.
I love my chug, as I'm sure a lot of you do. So Amaranthine is the name of the band. And they're, I don't think they're Sweden. Fuck. I'll have to look that up. But they are definitely kind of around those countries. And the female lead vocalist is Eliza Rid.
Yes, they're from Sweden.
Think it's okay. See, Sweden just keeps knocking it out of the fucking something in the water over there. I want to drink it.
Agreed.
Why? Why is all this fantastic music coming out of there? Because they're 20 goddamn years behind the rest of us.
It's fucking cold and dark.
And cold, yes. I mean, that's recipe for lots of flavor. But yeah, man, her vocals are very operatic in a way. Not like when you think of Broomhilda doing the Ride of the Valkyries or anything.
Right.
But I'm just saying, she is a powerhouse, classically trained vocalist. And she fucking delivers. And how it mixes coming back and forth from the guttural screams and stuff, it's really kind of flawless. I like it. I like it a lot.
That can
Amaranthine. Check them out.
All right.
All right. Well, my last one is, and I know you guys were being nice and letting me have this one because I know you both know her really well. Angela Gossow of Arch Enemy.
Oh yeah. The original singer.
Yeah, when I first
I was gonna mention White Gloves.
Like she first extreme metal vocalist that pulled it off really, really, really well. And when I heard her, I was amazed. I was, bravo. She was amazing the first time I heard that. And what great guitarist with her. Was it Mike Ammett from Carcass?
Yes.
Her, and what a great union. I was really bummed when she left because I find her to be a lot more gritty and kind of punk element and a kind of like fight the power element. I really like that in her delivery and her song.
Absolutely.
Really like that. Yep. So
I can remember when I first fucking heard Arch Enemy and I said, what is this?
Me too.
This is awesome.
So impressed.
But I gotta give it to Doyle's wife though. She had big shoes to fill and she's doing it. And let me tell you, when I say Arch Enemy has passionate fans, they fucking hated her at the beginning. Hated her. Not because of her vocals, but because she wasn't who you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's still hanging in tight and people are actually like digging her now is pretty awesome. So, you know, they're a little bit different, slightly, but just as aggressive. But definitely that particular original lead vocalist really, like you said, kind of, I don't know what you would call it, lit the torch, and now somebody else has to carry it. That's basically it.
Yeah. She kind of came out and she was like, ladies, this is how it's done.
Right.
Like Lori,
full of attitude.
Lori Bravo never sounded as good as Angela Gasso.
I agree.
Never as developed, but she wasn't playing bass at the same time also, but still, like, just like total package, like extremely well done, great artistry, like amazing.
And what a great front woman though.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotta command the crowd. You can be the best fucking vocalist all day long, but if you can't command the crowd, what good are you?
I was shocked, and to this day I still don't know. I could have researched it and I never did it, but I don't know why Angela was out.
My understanding is she left on her own volition. I'm sure if we dig deep, we'll find that answer. It could have been anything from either she was done. Is she doing anything else? Has she embarked on a solo project or joined another project? Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe she was just fucking done. People, I've toured a lot. Huff Beast has toured a lot. Let me tell you. Life on the road fucking sucks. It's not fun, people. You're in a different place, different people, all the fucking time. Sometimes you have a hotel room if you got a couple nickels to rub together. Sometimes you're drunk on the fucking, living room floor of somebody's fucking house. You don't know. And you eat like shit unless, whoever's hosting you happens to get you pizza if you're lucky. It's not all fucking glamour like the 80s kind of seemed. Nope, not at all. Starving artists for a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe she was just done. Could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any honorable mentions?
You want me to go first this time for that?
Sure. By all means.
Yeah, I just have a couple. Just bolt throwers, Joe Bench. She's quiet. She stands in one place the whole time. I've seen him live, but she's total fucking metal. I loved how she wore really dark eyeliner and she just sat back there and fucking headbanged the whole fucking time.
Nice.
I loved her. Always played like, what the hell is it? Ironbird basses, just nasty BC Rich basses that were total fucking metal. And she rocked.
Nothing says metal like a BC Rich.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, Kerry King.
Yeah. Every fucking show, you know what she's gonna be fucking doing. No bullshit out of her. Just gonna fucking play metal every night. So that's one. My other one is, and she was only there, I think, for this one album, and she was with Cradle of Filth.
Oh, okay.
Yep, not the one that starts with an nephrmetamine or whatever. Not that album.
Oh.
I think it was the right after it, and it's something of war. I meant to go get it during a break.
Oh,
it's a song.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a song about war, and I just fucking love that song. I've always loved that song. When I was teaching high school years ago, when it came out, I played it for my students. They all loved that song.
No shit. Well, that's cool.
Okay.
I didn't bother to look up her name, but she did backups and keyboards for Cradle of Filth, and she isn't anymore, though. I think she only did it for that one album.
Oh, for sure. Nice.
All right. My
You got
honorable
any, brother?
mention. Yeah, I got a couple. Probably for the most part, no one Hoofed Beast likes. I put Lizzie Hale and Taylor Momsen. And
Lizzie Hale is pretty synonymous with metal these days.
yeah, those are the only two I had.
Right on. Who was the other one?
Taylor Momsen from Brain
Mind Replacement.
Fart. Crap. Right, the Pretty Reckless.
Oh, there's been a lot of write-ups about them recently.
Little Cindy Lou.
Most
Who
of it
walks around
having to
all.
do with the fact that she plays chest out.
That is true.
She has now officially shocked the metal world.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, in all of the metal shows I've ever been, I've seen way freakier shit than somebody being chest out on stage. Particularly in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, excellent band.
No, absolutely.
So.
And who is that?
Oh, who was that again?
Taylor Momsen from the Pretty Reckless.
Pretty Reckless.
Pretty Reckless. Okay.
Yeah, they actually came through Ohio quite a few times at the Buzzbin.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got to know them. She's pretty crazy on stage, I will say.
She is. You'd never think, she was Cindy Lou Who 20 years ago.
Right. As a matter of fact, I think Mischief and I talked about that before. It's like, oh, wow. What is she doing now? A metal band? Like, woo! What a switch. Now, for me, how could I not? I wanted to put her on my top 5, but the reason I didn't is because she is a backup singer.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't deserve credit, and that is King Diamond's wife. Her name is Livia Zita. She, after King suffered his horrible heart attack back in 2012, when he came back from the dead, so to speak, he wasn't able to fully blow just yet. And she helps him on stage. She's not hidden nowhere. They're not trying to pull any bullshit. She would actually sing with him. And she's good. And we're talking about some classic fucking 30, 40 years old songs. And I just always thought that was really, really cool that, she could back him up like that. So she does come on stage from time to time. Merciful Fate? No. That is all King. Yeah. King is back. He is back in a major fucking way. Now, when I saw King back in 2019, she was singing with him. But this new Merciful Fate tour, don't know if he took fucking steroids or what. The motherfucker is throwing it and laying it down like he did in 1981.
Yes.
That is incredible. And King is no spring chicken. He's like 63.
Yeah.
And he still sings like that. Fuck. Something about that generation, man. Something else. My let's see, my other one was Christina Scabbia.
Yo, yeah, I forgot
Lacuna Coil.
Yeah.
Definitely not one of the best bands in the world, but let's face it, very identifiable voice. And for what they do, it's pretty fucking cool. And they're still going.
Agreed.
So I didn't add this one. You guys were going to add it. The band out of Ukraine, Ginger.
Yes.
She can fucking belt it out.
She can.
Yeah, and especially the last album that they put out, it was a lot more heavy. It didn't have as much of the pop element to it.
I wonder if her attitude with other artists is due to the fact that she's from the Ukraine. I don't know. But I've always heard these very negative things about her as a person.
Hmm.
So, I mean, music-wise, pretty good stuff. Not something I would spin on the regular, but you do kind of have to give, some homage to, some of these people. Doesn't matter if they're men or women. You know what I mean? They can still suck as a person, but as a vocalist, that if they're good, they're good. And if they did that shit, they did that shit.
Exactly.
But for me, I don't know. As an artist, you always have to be humble, and I'll be humble until the day I croak.
Yeah. But
that's just me.
And to watch her live, like, she can belt it out.
She can belt it out.
Yeah.
Most fucking definitely.
Real deal.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
All right.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about, are you talking about Alyssa Whitegloves, the current Arch Enemy singer? Not sure if that's who you're referencing. But if it is, most definitely, she does a hell of a job, especially live. Thank you all for joining in on this first of 2023. Fucking Tracks for the Damn show. It was actually fun, very eye-opening, and a great celebration of the women of metal, because let's face it, they fucking rock also.
Yes, they fucking do.
And I think we have found our topic for next Saturday.
Yes,
I don't know how you feel about it, but the cringiest fucking album covers, I don't know, but that just sounds like so much fun. I want to do it.
I agree.
The 5 most cringe metal album covers of all time.
That sounds like a fucking plan.
Okay.
Why do I feel Manowar coming to the forefront? Those fuzzy little fucking animal pelts. Fabio couldn't have shit on these guys.
I have a Megadeth album in mind, and then also I want to thank both of you, and I was kind of worried that Gangis might have brought up baby metal.
No, I did not.
And it's funny, and this is really kind of crazy. I did a little quick research just because only one of the 3 women that sing in that band was listed on as a metal singer. One. There's 3 of them.
Guys,
I guess the other 2 suck, right?
If I was at that, I would not be able to talk after, and I would probably be absolutely exhausted for booing their fucking asses. I could never, ever go to one of those shows. I'd have to leave. I would go and just drink beer the whole time.
Yeah.
Watch 1 second of that bullshit.
If you want to get super drunk and have a major laugh, check out Baby
Metal. Yeah, I would have a smoke. I would have to have. I'd be baked.
Yeah. And yet somehow Rob Zombie enjoyed them.
Ugh, fuck them.
I'm like, Rob, dude.
So cheesy. What a gimmick. Maybe possibly the biggest gimmick metal has ever seen.
Definitely up there, yeah.
It's definitely up there. I will definitely say that.
Could be. Thank you guys for not bringing them up, because
no, I don't know. When I think of the greats, that's one of the last that I think of.
Yeah.
And I can't really say they're the greats.
No.
Because they're really only huge over there.
They're not the greats, they're the meh.
You don't see baby metal coming to America or Canada. You don't hear about them going to South America.
Nope.
I think that they just tour Asia as a whole. Seriously. That's the only place I ever hear them. And if you want to see them, you can only see them online. So it's like, to call them great, I can't say that.
Good God.
Trust me, folks, we have nothing against people that sing in their native tongue.
No.
Not at all.
No, not
but
at all.
they're just not exciting. The most exciting person in that band is the lead guitar player.
I'll agree with that.
And he's the only one not doing martial arts. So,
Yeah. Like, if I had to watch that show, I would just say, kill me now.
I think I watched one song, and it's as though they do a trio kind of a kata together.
Mhm.
Sometimes doing like the backflips and the, back spinning heel kicks and shit like that. That's fine. What has it got to do with the song? I have to say it. It's got nothing to do.
The Evanescence band has more to do with metal than that gimmick. Like they have more in their pinky finger than fucking Baby has in their whole little bony asses.
Oh,
I hate
Dad.
to say
Oh,
it,
my God.
but you
My
know what?
dad's
They
a-
look like fucking children.
My dad's over here texting me like, hey, I love baby metal. It's like, Dad, no.
Well, maybe he just likes Asian women. I don't know. For some people, I bet you that's the fucking draw. Right
likely.
fucking there.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Maybe, Grampy fucking, married somebody from Thailand, and secretly they've always had this fetish, and then baby man. It's true in my family.
Taylor Swift and Shakira they all have millions and millions of fans as well.
For sure.
Fuck me.
Well, that's why we don't fucking talk about pop music here.
I think I'd rather look at this again than talk about baby metal anymore.
That would have been so much better if you would have moved Glenn more to the right. Let's be real there. Because, one nip up, one nip down just ain't getting it. And I'm telling you right now, when Glenn is fucking 70 years old, he's going to look at that front cover and go, what the fuck was I thinking? Next, they're going to find out I was born with a tail.
Glenn's going to produce a video on MTV of him in a potato sack race.
or fucking playing with his cats. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Oh my goodness.
There was a meme my wife put it in the chat, or I don't know. You sent it to me, right?
Cool Kids chat.
Oh, it was in our chat, the group chat, and it's just fucking hilarious. It says, "Not the mother." It's so good, and it's fucking funny too, because it was a shot taken from the I Luciferi tour when he was still donning the mesh see-through shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, he had sad nips. It was the beginning of the end for him. Even Elvis himself could only flash like a tuft of chest hair in his fat, interesting days. It's one thing if you were always fat, but damn it, don't try to reclaim your glory once you've gotten to that point.
Yeah.
He ain't ever gonna get it back. Sorry.
Hopefully we'll have a mischief appearance next, because I really wanted her for this one. I had my stuff for my pigtails ready for her.
I can definitely tell you we are working on it. Folks, wash your goddamn hands, sanitize, do every fucking thing you can possibly do. When you go to a store,
Yeah.
don't come in if you're fucking sick. Seriously. Because I'm telling you right now, that's where most of this shit occurs. We've been sick since fucking before the holiday.
Yeah.
Man.
Damn it. If you haven't learned anything yet, fuck, stay at home.
I know.
Shit.
I know.
I'm serious. Nobody wants your fucking flu, and fuck your flu shots. Fuck them. Right in the nose. That shit don't work. That's the way of the government keeping tabs on your ass. Tell me it's not true.
You know, I had the flu shot the last 2 years, and I haven't been sick since right before COVID. That's the last time I was sick.
You lucky bastard.
Seriously, I've never had one, period. And I never got sick. Not until this fucking, COVID shit.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Honestly. Until something was man-made. I never got sick. And now it's just like cookies, man. Like fucking eating Oreos every day. It's bound to happen.
Damn it, Reaper, I want Oreos.
Stop smoking them, man. You won't want them.
Anything that Gangis posts on Instagram that he cooks. Fucking good. Every day I'm like, holy shit, that looks good.
Hey, and I love to cook too, but shit. Can't keep my girlish figure if I keep eating all the carbs, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Any hoozle. That's my rant on being sick. Fucking stop it, people. Keep it to yourself. Tell your kids to wipe their noses. God damn it. Yeah. And not on their clothes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you all for showing up for our bullshit. We could totally come up with like this intellectual rant show at some point. I'm sure it will be fucking epic as fuck. You know what grinds my gears? But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay real. And most fucking importantly, in 2023, stay heavy.
Riding in this wasteland, let the sun bleach the bones. Kiss the death in the palm of my hand, more food for the crows.